Hi guys! Today I'm going to talk about my spring marketplace and how that went. It was a stormy day. There were tornado warnings, so it was a little different than usual. But this was on a Saturday, and this market is usually outdoors, but due to the weather issues, they moved it inside. And this is the one that, if you've seen some of my last videos, this is the one that I was worried about, because last year when they moved it inside, I barely sold anything. It was just how the layout was. It was like everybody entered at one space and they kind of had to go a certain direction. And by the time they got to mine, there was already like 5 other crochet vendor booths ahead of mine, and they had already bought their plushies. So I was really worried about this one, and once they said they were moving it inside for sure, then I was like, okay, I want to wake up early and I want to be the first one there so that I can get the first spot, because when they put it inside, there's not a booth arrangement anymore. It's just whoever gets there first gets the closest spot. So I ended up staying out really late the night before because my cousin was in a musical and I went to that. And so I was so tired and I had trouble waking up. Well, we got there at like 7 was when the doors opened, and we got there at 7:15. And I thought, 7:15, yeah, there will be a few people ahead of us. No, it was literally like half the people were already there. So half of the spots were like almost gone in the gym. But the layout was different this year, and it was a lot more open. I'm not sure if that's because there was less vendors this year. It was a more open layout, so it was okay that I wasn't the first one there, so I was pretty happy about that. At first I thought it was only going to be half of the gym because they had like the divider down, and then all of a sudden like it started lifting up, so there were people on the other side as well, but I guess they just put it there to help us see where our spots were. But anyways, I'll put in a clip of before and after the market. So here's my booth before the market. This is when they had the divider down in the gym, so that's the blue thing in the background. And here's my booth after the market. You can see some items are missing. And now you can see that they moved that divider. It was raining a lot during this. It was kind of raining off and on, or like just sprinkling and then raining really hard. So I wasn't sure how many people would come out. But, in Oklahoma, we don't let the tornadoes weather stop us. So people were coming out. They were like, we're doing our shopping. It's okay if there's a tornado. But, so anyways, people did come out. It was a pretty good amount of people. Not like an insane amount, but it was a pretty good amount of people. I didn't see many vendors that I recognized, just a couple, but I did see a lot of customers that I had remembered from other events at this location, and also from this event last year. So that was kind of cool to have repeat customers, and some of them were telling me like, oh yeah, I have one that I bought from you last year. So that was cool. The event did end a little early. It was supposed to end at 3 p.m. And then when we got there in the morning, they said, we're going to go ahead and end it at 2 because of how the weather was supposed to pan out. We ended up ending early at about 1:30. Just everybody kind of started packing up, and once everybody was packing up, then I was like, I guess we'll pack up, like everybody else is leaving. So we went ahead and packed up at 1:30. But for there being tornado weather and it being rainy and being moved indoors, I think I did pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into what I sold, and I'm gonna put the pictures up here of each item as usual. If I sold a pink item, I might not have the picture of the pink one, but I have a picture of the blue one, then I'm going to put a picture of the blue one up. So my first sale was actually before we opened. It was during setup, and one of the other vendors came over, and he was kind of just walking past, and then he saw the Triceratops, and he was like, oh my gosh, and he grabbed it, and he was like, can I get this? So I actually made a sale before we opened, so that was pretty cool. So that Triceratops sold for $15. And then the first hour was kind of slow. I only sold one thing in the first hour, other than that I sold before. So I sold my blue axolotl, which this is the first blue one that I've made. For some reason, I've only made different shades of pink, and I just always make pink axolotls. And then all of a sudden I was like, why don't I try a different color? So I ended up making 2 blue ones, and so I sold one, and that sold for $20. And then after that first hour, the market started picking up more. So next I sold a chick and a corn, and those sell for $20 each. They were bought in one order, so it was $40 total. And then I sold a mini octopus. It's a pink one that I made with the Posh yarn, and I was actually working on making one when this one sold, so I went ahead and finished that one up and put it out. But I just thought it was funny that I sold that right while I was working on one with the same color and the same exact yarn. But that sold for $10. And then next I sold another mini octo, and that was the pink one that I had just made. So that was funny to sell 2 of those in a row, especially the one that I just finished making. And then I also sold a pencil. I don't know if I have a picture of it because I made it a long time ago, but it's been around at my markets for a while. It was priced at $35 because it took a while for me to make. It was made using half double crochets, so it's a lot different for amigurumi because usually you just use single crochet, but this pattern was half double crochet, so it took a little more yarn. And this was when I was not as experienced, so it took me longer. So I had it priced at $35, and I was about to change the price to lower if it didn't sell, but then it sold at this one. The mom asked the kid what he wanted, and he's like, the pencil. And she was like, are you sure? A pencil? You don't want an animal, you know, a dinosaur or something? He's like, I want the pencil. So that was cute. I'm glad that he liked that. So those sold together for $45. And then I sold my pink leggy frog. I had made one of these for Valentine's Day, and it hadn't sold yet, so I was glad that that sold. And then that same person also bought a little octo, so those sold together for $32. And then next I sold a koala. I've just made one of these koalas, and I had it around for my last couple markets, but it's kind of hard to see it sometimes because my tablecloths are black and the koala is like a dark gray, so it doesn't show up as much as some of the other things, so I think that's why it hadn't sold before. But that sold for $25. And then my friend came to see me at the market, and she bought this plush rose flower. I think it's technically a rose pattern, but it kind of looks like a tulip to me. And that one sold for $15. And then I sold a purple turtle. This is, the pattern is Tank the Turtle. And this one I just used some scrap yarn. And then I sold a large dino. It was the blue ombre one. And I also sold a pink axolotl. So this girl was really sweet, and she was super excited about it. She loved everything that I made, and she had a tough time choosing what she wanted. She was like, how is it even possible to choose which one to get? So she ended up getting 2. So the dinosaur is $40 and the axolotl is $20, so it was $60 total. And then the last thing that I sold was my dolphin, and this one I sold for $20. I think most dolphins I would do a little more than that, but I didn't like the tail on this one, so I put it at $20. And that was the last thing that I sold at this market. So the total for this market, I made $307, which I think was good, especially for the weather, the tornadoes, tornado watch and everything. I think that was really good to sell that much. And it's kind of interesting because my last market, my total was 306, so it was almost exactly the same. That was kind of weird. But this was a fun market. It was kind of weird because of the weather, and we had to pack up real quick, and it was like raining whenever we left, so we did get a little bit wet. But like I said, I think we did pretty good for the weather and everything and being moved inside. So it was a good market. I have another market coming up this Saturday, and that one is a Pride market. And so I've got some rainbow stuff that I've already made, but I've also got some that I'm working on this week. I had quite a few ideas of rainbow items that I wanted to do, and I'm just to the point where I'm about to run out of time, so I'm trying to make sure I can make at least one of everything that I want to make. So today I'm working on a rainbow turtle. But anyways, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to check out the description. I'll have all the patterns that I used linked there so you can find them. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving a like and subscribing so that you can see my upcoming videos.